Hey guys, so today's video is going to be my updated affordable brush favorites video. I did this video like 2 years ago, and while I still absolutely love every single brush I talked about, there has just been so many new releases from the drugstore, or I've just discovered more drugstore brushes or affordable. With that being said, I'm not going to mention any of the ones I mentioned in my last video because I don't want it to be too long or too repetitive. So I will definitely link that video down below in case you haven't seen it. I still love all of those brushes. I use all of those brushes all the time, and they are my top favorites as well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the brushes that have been added to the favorites family. Surprisingly enough, I only have 5 eye brushes to talk about, and technically 2 of them come together. It's a little set. But I do have 9 face brushes to talk about. I have just been loving affordable face brushes. I don't know. I hadn't discovered this brush when I did my last video, because if not, this totally would have been included. Actually, I think this brush released after I filmed that. This is the e.l.f. Crease Brush, and if I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of e.l.f. brushes in this video just because I think they make the best drugstore brushes. Like, out of all the brands I've tried at the drugstore, they make the best ones. This is the e.l.f. Crease Brush, like I said. I love this brush because it's like a fluffy blending brush in a miniature size. This is perfect for those of you who have really small eyelids, where sometimes you feel like traditional blending brushes are just too large for your crease. I would really look into this. Personally, I love this because I'll go in with a bigger brush and kind of add my transition shade with that, but then I'll dip this into a darker color and really focus that in my crease, and I love how precise this brush is, so totally a favorite. This is also another oldie, but it's definitely a goodie. This is the Real Techniques Domed Shadow Brush. I featured a lot of Real Techniques in my last video, and I don't think I had ever used this before that video. This is so great for cream eyeshadow. I had struggled for a really long time to find the perfect brush at the drugstore that can apply cream eyeshadow flawlessly. I can use this with any cream product, and it's perfect. The Maybelline Color Tattoos, MAC Paint Pots, even colored eye primer like the Kat Von D one, any consistency like that, this really does a great job of blending and buffing that onto your lid. Awesome brush for that. Totally. You totally need this. I think it comes in a set, but Real Techniques brushes, I mean, they're all great. I love them all. My next brush is a classic fluffy blending brush, and this is the Morphe M505. This is my favorite crease brush from Morphe. Well, aside from one in the Elite collection, but those are more expensive. This is definitely one of their affordable brushes. This brush is so soft, like incredibly soft. And to me, it's the perfect size. It's the perfect shape for that perfect blown out crease shade, you know, your transition shade, that first little buddy you put down. And to me, it compares to like a MAC crease brush, a Sigma one, just as good for sure. Oh, okay, I had one more. Okay, so I have 6 brushes to talk about, see? But these 2, technically, they come in a little set, and you guys need to get this little set. These are 2 little brushes from the brand LA Colors. My friend Melissa actually bought these for me, and I think she either bought them at the Family Dollar or the Dollar Tree, but they were $2. They came together in a little pack, and it was $2. I've tried brushes like at the dollar store, and they haven't been my favorite. This is great. You get a really great pointed crease brush, so anybody can use this brush. And then of course a classic shader brush, and I love that it's big. Check your local dollar store or wherever they sell LA Colors near you. Maybe you'll find them. Okay, and then the last eyeshadow brush, I have no idea what this is called. This is the only thing I don't love about the Wet n Wild brushes. They don't have the name on the actual brush, so I don't know what this is called. But from what I can tell, this is probably called like a shader brush. This isn't their small concealer brush. It looks similar, but it's not that one. They came out with a ton of brushes, and I've been raving about them for a while, though I will say not all of them are that great. Some of them I love, others are okay, but just for the price, you really can't beat it. This brush I love with ColourPop eyeshadows. ColourPop has a tricky formula. You really have to use them either with your finger or with a synthetic brush. I love this one because it's synthetic, but it's very stiff, like it packs on the product really nicely, and other eyeshadows as well because it is like a nice stiff shader brush. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so now let's move on to the face brushes. I have 9 to share with you. I have 3 base products I really wanted. I'm sorry that these brushes have been dirty. I just realized that I've been showing you some dirty arse brushes, but when I do the close-ups, I will clean them before you see some close-ups. I'm sorry. The e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This is the brush that fell into my coffee and I couldn't clean. I ruined it. So now I have a new one. For some reason, it doesn't say the Ultimate Blending Brush on the barrel anymore. I don't know what's up with that. But it's the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It's $6 and it's amazing. I especially love this with BB creams and like kind of like a thicker, moussier consistency because I feel like it buffs it in so nicely, like my IT Cosmetics CC cream. The Urban Decay Tint and Moisturizer. I don't know, I like it with those types of products, but it also works great for full coverage foundation. This is a recent discovery that also blew me away because it is dirt cheap. This is the Wet n Wild Flat Top Kabuki brush. I've washed this brush so many times and I don't get any shedding. And I think it's dense, but not too dense. I don't know, I feel like it's the perfect little flat top brush. Perfect if you want the most coverage out of your foundation. This really gives you like a nice full coverage. This one I had mentioned I used for concealer and for some reason, mine is falling apart. It kind of just shed all over my lap right now. I don't know what, it's just like all the hairs are falling out. I don't know if I've washed this one too many times, but now I'm getting really sad. Let's ignore that. This is the Selfie Ready Foundation Brush. I don't know why they called it that. But I really, really love this brush to blend out my under eye concealer. I feel like it does it so fast because it is pretty big, but it's not too big, at least not for me. I think it's the perfect size, especially when I'm in a hurry and I really want to blend out that under eye concealer like this. I always go for this brush. Really soft, love this, although I might have to replace it because mine seems to be shedding. This has quickly become one of my favorite highlighting brushes of all time. This is the Morphe M310 brush. I never thought I would like a fan brush to highlight my face. They just never were my favorite. I've tried so many Sigma MAC, I've tried so many fan brushes. I've never liked any of the ones I've tried. Even other fan brushes from Morphe, I don't like. I don't know why, but to me, this is the perfect fan brush. I know people use these kinds of brushes for many different things. I personally just use it to highlight the cheekbones, the nose, the face, and I love it. It's not too dense, it's not too like fat, it's not too flimsy either or too thin. It's just awesome. Another e.l.f. brush, but the e.l.f. blending brush is amazing. If you don't have this brush, what have you been doing with your life? This takes contouring to a whole nother level. This is an amazing contour brush, and the best part is so affordable. There are a ton of brushes out there like highly raved about that are so pricey, like the NARS Ita brush. The Tarte one that has like the wooden handle, it's fat, it's awesome, I own it, but it isn't as affordable as this, and this is just as good. It's not too thin, you're not gonna have that really thin, harsh line, and it's nice and dense to where you can easily blend out that contour if it is too harsh. My next favorite is another Wet n Wild brush, and again, I don't know what the name is, I'm sorry. I think it might be labeled as their powder brush or blush brush, I don't know. I use it for blush. It's such a simple brush, there's not much to it. It looks like just a very small powder brush, but for me, it just applies my blush perfectly. Like it gets right on the apples of my cheeks. You can also do like a soft contour with this, bronze the skin, all around, really good brush to have. These next two brushes, I'm pretty sure I bought in a set, or maybe I bought this powder brush separately and then this was in a set. Regardless, these are both brushes from Target. Target has its own brand called the Up and Up brand, I'm sure you guys know, and these are the Up and Up brushes. I first heard about these brushes through Emily Noel. They are incredibly soft brushes, very affordable and just good quality. They don't shed on me at all. I've washed these, they don't shed. This one I love for so many things. I've set my under eye concealer with this. I've bronzed with this. I've applied my contour, my blush. It's just one of those kind of brushes that can do a lot of things. And then this one I love for powder. I also love the really big Real Techniques powder brush. That one is amazing too. Sometimes that can get a little bit too big, a little too heavy. This is perfect to just dip it into my powder and just powder the face. Love it. And then my last brush is my favorite stippling brush from the drugstore, and it is my e.l.f. stipple brush, and not just any e.l.f. stipple brush, the Travel e.l.f. stipple brush. For some reason, I don't know why, their regular stippling brush, like if you go into the store and you buy their stippling brush, it's different from their traveling one. Not just because it's shorter, but because it is thicker, it's fatter. I feel like it is better. I don't know. I love using this to kind of blend everything out. I love this brush just as much as my Morphe MB5. These are my two favorite affordable stippling brushes. I thought I would just show you this really quick. I love them both, but they are a little bit different. Try out the Travel Stippling Brush. It comes in a little set with a couple of other brushes. I think that the set is worth the money. And the plus side is this is great to travel with. I don't know, I really love this brush. Okay guys, so that completes this video. This was my updated favorite affordable brushes video. It's been so highly requested, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if there is a brush at the drugstore or online that's affordable that I don't have. Let me know because I will definitely check it out. Also check my last version of this video because maybe I mentioned that brush in that video. But if I didn't mention the brush in that video or this video, leave it down below and I will check it out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I'll go in with a bigger brush and kind of add my transition. Out of all the, just because I think they make, that fell.